week's action. Nearly 190 yards. Wade next on Madden Football.
We are about... The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They're sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 22 carries, 107 yards, and the touchdown. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was hoped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry of the game for the Aggie alum, Devon Achane. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
On 4th down, Harrison. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
A Raider first down, 17 yards. Jacobs going to try the middle. He stiff arms him. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Show. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert. Probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Harrison. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Harrison. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the for one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Dolphins had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine. Now
play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway.
He's on his...
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought it may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them, and it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
Following the fumble recovery, Harrison. He dumps it off to Achane. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it second down. Looking to throw. Harrison. And his throw here's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused.
And it's intercepted. Hooked off by Robert Spillane. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Silva. He finds his man. Complete. That's Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Silva. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Silva.
To the left side, there's Mayer.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Silva. This is caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list.
And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Taking it about the 1.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Miami. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What, 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On 3rd down, Silva under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Here now a 3rd and 20.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
The Raiders offense ready to go. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Silva over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Silva. And this is going to be incomplete.
But that's a defensive coordinator.
They'll look to throw again. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing on 1st down. Silva
lets this go for Renfrow downfield. That is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they'll try to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
To throw on 3rd down. Silva.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Open man, that's Renfrow.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Throw caught by Mayer. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
65 yards rushing for him now. Looking to throw. Silva. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Saunders. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Well, clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. I mean, your holder, to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy trying to run through the middle, everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great...
And the Raiders have got him. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Harrison. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Somebody but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all.
No return, and it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're leading right now, and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Silva. Pass taken in by Mayer. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From
the gun on third down. Silva toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10.
Here's A-Chain to begin the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Right back to A-Chain on 2nd down. And he'll have a Dolphins 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
But, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
He's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 12 yards there. The Dolphins have a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Here's Las Vegas. Take the field.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Silva.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line.
A give. It's Jacobs off the option.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
To throw. Silva. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
H.A. now up the middle.
And some room to work. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphins.
Back to throw. Harrison. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Miami. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 11-yard line.
Looking to throw. Harrison to go down back at the 12.
Tyree Wilson
able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And just shutting him off there. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So out come the Raiders. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Silva. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Dolphins now down by 7. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. Throwing to start the drive. Harrison. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
They set up the screen to H.A.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Yes, down by a touchdown. They needed a big play here quickly, and they got one. And now, plenty of time. No need to panic, but you do need to move quickly.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That'll be caught by Hill.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch it.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here comes the offense again, and let's focus on Josh Jacobs for a moment.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. On 1st and 10, Silva. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Fighting through, he's got space. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Carlson on for the PAT. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late 4th quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Connecting with Renfro. And he'll manage maybe 10 yards, but they'll surrender that defensively, no problem.
Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches.
Back to throw. Complete. So their final drive comes up empty, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play.